as that time as a human being when you come to your lowest moment in life. Because every mother, when you carry a pregnancy, you are so expectant that I'll have the best child. Each child to a mother, it's the best child that you have at that particular time. And when you bring to birth a child who comes along with special needs, it demoralizes you at first time. You feel like you are less of a woman.
This is the story of a visibly emotional Nancy Kimani, a mother of 5, the puzzle of motherhood, a situation only a mother can live with.
With having a set of 3 children in a row with special needs, as a normal human being, with your senses, the way God has given us senses to reason, you will say this is the end of it all. Sizai tena, staki mtoto mwingine.
After giving birth to her firstborn daughter, who is now in Form 1, Nancy says she has gracefully gone through the experience of giving birth to 3 kids with special conditions successively. Her son Gift and 2 daughters Hope and Valentine were all born with brain malformations. Sadly, the mother of 5 narrates, Gift passed on age 6 after he succumbed to microcephaly and cerebral palsy.
There were 3 children. There would be 3. I would be having 3 special children in my house, but one went to be with the Lord. The one who came along with that special condition for the first time.
The fear of losing a loved one and the thought that another one is on the line gripped the family, as Gift's immediate sister Hope was suffering the same condition.
I felt so broken as a mother, and you can see the span of year difference between Hope and Valentine. It is 7 years. I was done with, I wanted never to give birth again.
Gladly, Nancy was able to brace for the challenge presented to her and had high expectations in her daughter Hope. Unlike most of her peers, Hope is totally dependent, the result of a rare genetic disorder that her mom had neither seen nor heard about before.
Sikuwa najua mengi wakati huo. Kwanza ni yeye alikuwa mtoto wa kwanza kumuona akiwa na kichwa kidogo, ako na hiyo shida.
At the age of 9, girls and boys are poised for major transition as they stand on the cusp of adolescence. They start noticing changes in their physical appearances, becoming much more independent. The same is not Hope's story. Dr. Pauline Samia, a child neurologist at Aga Khan University Hospital, explains to us that babies born with microcephaly have smaller heads than average and can experience incomplete brain development.
It just means that the skull is much smaller than it should be. And sometimes it's because the brain in itself did not form properly even before you were born. Or maybe you don't even have brain tissue.
But what is the cause of microcephaly? Some findings suggest that it may be caused by genetic abnormalities or by drugs like alcohol, certain viruses like the mosquito-borne Zika virus, and toxins that are exposed to the fetus during pregnancy, damaging the developing brain tissue.
Other times it's because during delivery or soon after delivery, you have a problem that interferes with circulation and oxygenation of your brain. And so some of the brain tissue does not survive. And so then the skull does not grow, because the skull, the way it's created, it is a certain size, allowing delivery through the usual canal. So those bones are usually pushed out as the brain is enlarging in a young child. So if there's no brain to push out those skull bones, then they just remain small. So the rest of the body grows, but the head remains small.
There is no standard treatment for microcephaly. The treatment is symptomatic and supportive. And as if the challenges of dealing with microcephaly are not enough, Nancy Kimani has another condition to deal with in her second last daughter, Valentine.
I was very expectant of her, that she will be a regular child. She was also born with a brain malformation known as hydranencephaly.
This is the opposite of microcephaly, as explained by Dr. Samia.
Once fluid accumulates and it's under pressure, or rather it accumulates and starts exerting pressure, it actually presses on the brain. And with time, you actually find that the brain also begins to die off, and you can sometimes end up with a very thin rim of brain tissue.
Just like microcephaly, this condition too has no standard treatment. Hydrocephalus may be managed with a shunt or some special medications administered to reduce the brain's inflammation. Therapist comes to work with the girls nearly every day.
She has already developed contractures and there is need of release. Yeah. And Valentine, this neck, she has no neck control. Yeah. But the stiffness we can manage through physiotherapy or occupational therapy. Yeah.
There is no data in Kenya to show how dire the situation is.
So yes, just like all other populations in the world, we do have rare diseases as well. The challenge may be either the diagnostic facilities are not there or the children are not brought forward for diagnosis, but they do exist in our population.
However, all hope is not gone for Nancy's daughters. The trained teacher says she is contented with the miraculously progressive developments she witnesses in her daughters.
Breathing normally, being stable in your mind, you're not having fits, all that we ignore and we assume. We just wake up and you do your things around as if it's all normal for you. But to someone else, it takes a miracle. Life has taught me the hard way that those small things we ignore in life, they really matter the most. Because I've always yearned for that time when I'll hear my child blabbering, not even calling me mommy, just the way kids have baby talk. Mine, they are non-verbal.
According to Dr. Samia, situations such as these require a supportive family.
Usually there is an explanation. And what I would say to families is when you have a child whose development is not within expected limits, they need to seek counsel. They need to see pediatricians.
Tupende hawa watoto na tufunge masikio, maana ya kuambiwa ni mengi. Utaambiwa watoto wako wako vile sababu umelaaniwa, kuna uchawi unahusika mahali fulani, kuna nguvu za kipepo.
Nancy attributes her ability to cope with the situation to the strong support she has received from family members and friends.
I've always wanted to be an inspiration to those people and also to let them know that it's not anyone's will. And let me say, even going through with my neighbors, I've seen people rising up, praying together, raising up prayer groups even without her knowing.
Nancy's story is one of resilience, of a strong woman who's defied all odds from the society and come out stronger, and she hopes that one day her two special kids will find a new normal.
Let me say it has been a battle, but to me it's a battle of resilience because I came to accept them and I love their challenges because they have taught me a lot in life.
In Kenya, the birth of a child with disability is often associated with curses. But for this family, they've come out stronger, and even after having 3 children with special cases, they can still smile, and now they have a bundle of joy. Ouma Onyango reporting for Talk Health on KUTV, Ruai, Nairobi County.